Pastor John and Party Jason have been my patient for 5 years now. It's a difficult case only because they're the same person. It all started in Pastor John's childhood. All of his friends called him Pastor John because he was so close to the Lord. When he was around 12, he was walking down the stairs and he slipped on what people call the party. And he fell down the stairs and hit his head. From that moment on, Pastor John was gone and someone new entered. Most people call him Party Jason.
It's party time.
Party Jason, you could call him the polar opposite of Pastor John.
When I was a young boy and I was between the ages of I think 12 and 17, where I was solely and only Party Jason, that was a rough time because I think the Lord was still with me in some ways, but I couldn't really get to him. The Pastor John kind of tucked itself away. And you know, I used to litter. I used to drop my candy wrappers on the ground.
Through their early 20s, they struggled with control. So Pastor John was really only out during the day. It was light outside. However, as soon as night fell, Party Jason was the only one in control. And it was this constant struggle between the two of them, trying to fight for power. Who would get the sole control of the body? From the ages of 12 to 17, it was Party Jason solely. Pastor John was nowhere to be found until the fateful day when Party Jason partied too hard.
Too hard!
And, well, he got in a car accident and he ended up taking someone's life. And the guilt must have gotten to him because in this guilt, Pastor John came back.
We never really always lived in peace. I mean, there were times it was very difficult to control him and to be with the Lord at the same time. But you know.
When they came to me, it was at a pretty rough point in the relationship. They've really become a tight-knit pair. However, getting to that point was quite difficult, as you could see the struggle between the party and the Jesus. Things weren't always that easy.
Back in the days when like we weren't, tight or whatever, we used to like fight a lot, and it was like really not cool. I mean, like
During Party Jason's time as sole control of the body, he partied.
yeah, I mean like, oh dude, there's some swings here. We got it.
He was out every night. He was getting into trouble.
Do some crazy party stuff on here. Like, check this out. Like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Yeah.
As soon as Pastor John came back into the picture, it was a really intense struggle where at night Party Jason would party and he would get into trouble and he would do drugs and drink alcohol. It was an uncomfortable balance between the two of them.
You know that stuff that some people call it the party, some people call it the schneef? I just call it sin myself. It's not godly, that stuff. But Party Jason was really into it for a while.
Woo!
Wasn't good for him, not good for anybody. I don't suggest it. I don't condone that stuff.
Of course, it's been about 5 years of the struggle. We've really worked through it. They found a lot of coping mechanisms. They've learned to work together, and the unity between Pastor John and Party Jason has turned into this incredible force that most people like to think of as Party Jesus. It's a wonderful bond between the party and the Jesus. Pastor John was no more at this point. Once he hit his head, he was gone. And so Party Jason really took over and became the main